Well, let me start off with a quote that's in your bio.
Oh, I can't wait.
Which one?
I don't know. I can't wait. I have no idea.
I'm in the best place I've ever been in my life.
Ah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah?
It is true. I mean, thankfully, that's what's supposed to happen when you age. We're all aging, and thankfully, some really good things come from aging, which are, you know, if you work it right, you get happier. I mean, and if you're lucky. If you work it right and if you're lucky, you get happier. And you start to care less about things that don't matter. And you start to stop telling yourself the same stories that aren't true about yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a song also.
It is.
Yeah, it's the opening line from the first song.
Yeah.
But you said if you work it right and if you are lucky.
Yeah.
First of all, lucky. What luck did you have then that made you happier?
Oh, well, I mean, just being in the right place at the right time. I mean, just like being born a white American woman gives me, right from the start, tons of ups. Tons of freedom otherwise. So I'm starting from that place. I was lucky enough I'm adopted, to have been adopted by really wonderful, loving parents. It's a bunch of good luck there, just a bunch.
Do you know your biological parents?
Yes, I've met them both.
And what?
I'm lucky there too. They're both incredible people with families of their own, and they're my good friends.
May I ask you why you were adopted?
Oh, because my parents were teenagers. They were like super young and not expecting a child. My mom didn't tell her parents ever. I mean, I think she was like 8 months and they were like, "Do you have something to tell us?" I think probably as like a 16-year-old, she was like, "This is just gonna go away," you know? I mean, I can imagine that's what it might have felt like. I didn't have that experience myself, but I know there's a lot of fantasy world in that at that time. A lot of denial as well. Yeah. So.
And what? You're very musical. Were they also musical? I mean, your biological parents, or was it something that you inherited from the way you were brought up, or?
Well, interestingly enough, the parents I grew up with, who I'm going to refer to as my parents. My parents were very supportive of music and really loved music, but were not they didn't believe in pushing you to do anything because they knew that wasn't going to work. So I took a shine to the violin when it was offered in my 3rd grade class, and actually enjoyed doing it. And then they supported that, my love for it. But then when I met my parents, I found out that my birth mother had played violin as well, and my birth father had been an electric bass player and actually had dropped out of high school to just locally sort of tour with his band. So there are the two pieces.
Okay. It's good you were saying lucky. You were lucky, but also another part, to become happier in your life, some decisions that you've made. What is a decision that you've made in recent years that made you more happy now?
Not too too long ago, I decided I was going to stop dating anyone for a second, because I love being in love, love it, to the point where I will get involved with people that I sort of know is not a great idea, or not the right person, because it's real. I love human beings, and I love learning human beings, and I love being involved with someone, and you know, all that goes along with it. And you know, I really came to an end with that. Like, I was like, okay, this is actually, I'm not interested in this anymore.
How come? What happened?
The last one, I could say exactly nothing bad about them. Okay. Like, nothing. They did nothing wrong. There's no excuse except for that we just weren't compatible, you know? And that's the most difficult of all, because there's like, the love is there and everything. It just doesn't work for some reason. And I saw the pain that person went through. And you know, I tend to like think about myself second, but that I went through as well, you know? And I was just like, okay, I gotta take a break.
And when was this decision?
That was like a couple of years ago.
Okay, and what did it bring you, this decision?
Well, finally I wasn't pouring all of my energy into someone else. Then all of a sudden, because I certainly like, you know, am fascinated with why people do the things they do and what's behind behavior and stuff. You know, just human behavior is very interesting to me. And of course, I would do that with myself, but then all of a sudden, all my energy was like, I had to look at what was going on with me. And at first, that was like horrifying and like kind of daunting. And then pretty quickly, I became really thankful that I had taken a break, because I was somewhere really ready to like to just get rid of a lot of stuff that I had been dragging around that I didn't really need.
Is there one maybe that comes back in your lyrics? One thing that you've been carrying around and that you've solved now?
Well, I mean, New Year's Day is about this, where I sort of just decide that New Year's Day can happen on any day. You can just decide one day to like stop doing the crap that you're doing to yourself.
Is there one specific thing that happened that made you write this song?
No, it was just a basic frustration with myself, because I had like sort of, you know, I'm always going for more freedom, you know, and then like things will come back that'll sort of hobble me a little bit of my own doing. And then it's just like, oh God, this again, you know, that feeling. And, you know, that song just came from like, you know, really extreme frustration with myself. And that's also a problem, being like so harsh on myself all the time. You can't do that either. So that was just like, I'm giving this shit up for good, yeah. You know. So I forgot the question, but maybe I answered it.
I think so.